Girls, Roseanne here. So this video is about step number 2 to weight loss. And what I want to talk about on this is deciding what you want to achieve for your weight, for your body, for your health, okay? So in determining a weight loss goal, it is not just about the number on the scale. It's not just about, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? There's so much more to weight loss. And I think that our small-mindedness around it typically is what ends up holding us back. So I want you to think for a minute, okay? Let's just unpack this a little bit. It's not just about weight loss. Obviously, yes, you need to decide how much weight do you want to lose, right? But also, I want you to think about what other areas can you improve. So, for example, areas you can improve not only to feel better about yourself and to be more confident, but to improve your life, to become your best self, okay? To live up to your fullest potential, because weight is just a number on the scale. Weight is one way of determining our success, okay, when it comes to how healthy we are. But there are so many other things that determine our health and our happiness and our overall wellness and how long we're going to live. You can be a very low weight and be completely unhealthy. You know, like the skinniest people that you see out in the world, most of them are not healthy. Just because you're thin, just because you have a low number on the scale does not equate to good health, okay? So let's talk about some things that you could potentially improve. Now, I don't know your specific situation. I'm just throwing out some ideas, some things to get you thinking. But other things that we can focus on that are not just weight related. You definitely want to have a weight goal if weight loss is, something you're struggling with or that you want to achieve, then you have to have a weight loss goal. You have to know a number on the scale as part of that goal. But some other things that you can look at are measurements. You can look at, what is your waist measurement? How many inches do you want to take off of your waist? Or how many inches do you want to take off of your thighs? Or you can look at goals like from a fitness perspective, how much weight can you deadlift? How much weight or how many push-ups can you do that are, good form, military style push-ups on your hands and your feet? How many pull-ups can you do? So there's different ways of measuring strength, and you can come up with different goals to achieve that are fitness related goals. You can also have a goal of, if you want to start running, of being able to run a 5K in a certain amount of time, or feel comfortable enough to enroll in a 5K race and participate. So those are some of the physical goals that you could come up with. There's also goals around your lifestyle habits, things like making sure that you're drinking enough water every day to stay hydrated. Making sure you're going to sleep by a certain time at night and sleeping, a certain amount of hours. I say 7 to 9 hours is ideal for most people. That's good for your hormone health. Another goal might be to start practicing home cooking more often, to stop dining out and do only home cooked meals. You could have a goal for, I want to learn something new every month. Every month, I don't care what it is, I want to learn something new, or I want to read one book every month. Things that are going to help to grow your knowledge and your skill set. So lots of different ways that we can set goals for ourselves that help us to grow in confidence, that help us to start to embrace and focus on the process of getting healthier, and that ultimately lead to, us living our best and our healthiest life. So that brings me to my next point, which is do not set limits on what you are capable of achieving. So a lot of times I will hop on like a health consultation with somebody who's interested in doing private coaching with me. And one of the questions that I always ask is, what is your current weight? And how tall are you? And what weight would you like to be? Okay. And oftentimes when I ask the what weight would you like to be question, a lot of times the woman will come back and she will give me a very lowballed number, meaning it's maybe according to, what is healthy for her height, she may need to lose 75 pounds to get into that healthy weight range for her height. But she'll come back and say, oh, I just want to lose 20 pounds. And the reason that she says that is not because that's genuinely all she wants to lose. It's because that's all she has confidence in herself for losing. She's putting a limit on herself. She's afraid that if she tells me I want to lose 75 pounds, that I might actually hold her to that. And that she might actually have to do the work, and she might actually have to achieve that goal. And even though she wants to, deep down inside, achieve that goal, it scares her. Because what if she doesn't? What if it's too hard? What if she can't? That's where you have a coach to make sure you can achieve the goals you set for yourself, to guide you, to encourage you, to keep you motivated, to hold you accountable, right? Do not set limits on what you're capable of achieving. The only limits you have on anything that you want to do in this life are the limits that you place on yourself. Nobody else is putting those limits on you. You are putting those limits on you. There is no scientific evidence that says that if you need to lose 75 pounds to be healthy, that your body is not capable of doing that because you're 40 years old, or because, you have a thyroid problem, or fill in the blank. There is nothing scientific that says you are not capable of doing that. The only thing that's saying you're not capable of it is you. So make sure when you are deciding what your goals are for yourself, that you are being brutally honest, fearless, and bold in making those goals, okay? Because without setting a goal, all you're doing is dreaming that one day you're going to, have this great body and this perfect life that you want, and, all the lab work coming back fabulous. But just wanting those things is not going to get you there. You have to stop and actually think about it. And you have to set some great, big, hairy, audacious goals for yourself. Do not be afraid to set these goals. And do not put limits on yourself. I also like to say not to make long-term decisions for your body and for your health based on short-term circumstances. So the other thing that often I hear on health consultations is I really want to, or before I even get on a health consultation, sometimes it's, I really want to, learn more about working with you, or I'd really like to get on your schedule, but it's really not a good time for me right now because of X, Y, or Z. And X, Y, or Z are short-term circumstances. Their health is a long-term circumstance. So by making the decision that X, Y, and Z come first, you are basically saying that that short-term circumstance is far more important than your long-term health and wellness. The unfortunate thing is we don't know how much time we have. We assume that we have 100 years or 80 years, but in the current state of health that we might be in, that you might be in, you might only have 2 years. You might only have 6 months. You don't know when a heart attack is going to hit. You don't know when cancer is going to surface. You don't know when an autoimmune attack will hit. These are all things. You don't know if you're going to get COVID or pneumonia or some other, tragic thing that breaks your health down so much and that you can't fight. So you don't know that. None of us do. But what we do know is what we can control. And what we can control is the decisions we make today, because the decisions we make today affect the outcome of our health and happiness tomorrow. So by putting off what you should be doing today, you are potentially fueling that bad outcome tomorrow. By making the decision today to say X, Y, and Z are not nearly as important as my health, X, Y, and Z being the trip that you have to, go on a family vacation, or that work trip that you have to go on, or I don't know, some surgery that's coming up, or somebody in your family is getting married or graduating and you have to go to that, big festive event. I mean, really, are those things way more important than your health? Nobody says you can't follow through on those, but there's absolutely no reason for you to not be able to start eating healthy today. There's absolutely no reason for you to not be able to do a workout today. Just because you're going on a trip next week does not affect what you can do today. Don't make long-term decisions based on short-term circumstances. Choose to make this decision today. Set the goal today. Start taking action today. Because today, you have. And the decisions you make today greatly impact the outcome of tomorrow. Positive and negative. So when you set these big, hairy, audacious goals for yourself, you can and you should then break those big, hairy, audacious goals into smaller milestones. So for example, if you have 75 pounds to lose, you could break that down into smaller milestones of by well, I don't want to put a date on this because you could be listening to this video at any point in time. So let's just say you break it down into safe, healthy, and sustainable weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds per week. So you could lose in a month, in 4 weeks, you could lose between 4 and 8 pounds safely, healthily, and sustainably, okay? So, knowing that, if you were to say to yourself, okay, I have a goal that I want to be down 20 pounds in 2 months, in 60 days. It's a little bit aggressive. It's just a tiny bit over that 1 to 2 pounds per week, but probably doable, especially if you have 75 pounds to lose. So within 2 months, you could be down 20 pounds. So then you break that 20 pounds down into a smaller goal. And you just keep backing it up. So maybe you break it into those weekly goals of, okay, this week my goal is to lose 2 pounds. I just need to lose 2 pounds this week. That's it. 2 pounds, totally doable, right? Takes the pressure off. And before you know it, if every week you say, okay, I just need to lose 2 pounds this week, before you know it, you're down 20 pounds. Before you know it, you're down 40 pounds. Before you know it, you're down 60 pounds, and so on, right? So you can and should break your big, hairy, audacious goals into smaller milestone goals. And you should reward yourself along the way. When you achieve something that you've set a goal for, you should reward yourself. And you should not reward yourself with food. Food is not a reward. You know who gets food for rewards? Dogs. Dogs get treats when they do something well. We give our dog a treat. We do not reward ourselves like we reward our dog, right? We shouldn't, at least. So when you reward yourself, it should be something that you genuinely could use or want. So it could be something like, I'm going to buy myself a new exercise outfit, or I'm going to go get a massage, or go get my nails done, or I'm going to go get my hair colored, or I'm going to go buy that book that I've been wanting to buy, or I'm going to reach out to Roseanne and check into private coaching with her, or whatever, fill in the blank. It should be something that is not food-based, but is something that will make you feel even better about yourself. Because what happens when we reward ourselves with food is we basically end up feeling worse. Instead of feeling good about ourselves and continuing that high of I achieved this awesome goal, we go and we pig out on a bunch of food that's not good for us. And then we step on the scale the next day and that number goes to the wrong direction. And then we get frustrated and mad, or we get sick to our stomach because we haven't been eating all that food and we just started doing it again, and it just literally makes us sick. So food should never be the reward, because it's not going to make you feel good about yourself. The way you reward yourself is to make you feel good about yourself, to make you to do things for yourself that are self-care, that are growing your confidence, that are helping you to continue on the journey that you're on, not pulling you away from it or setting you back from it. Okay. One last thing I want to mention, and I love this quote, and it's actually in my book, Fuel Your Fire, Secrets to Living Your Healthiest Life, which if you haven't picked it up, it is available on Amazon. It's not too expensive. So this is a quote from Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." I'm going to read that one more time. There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. All right? Life should be a beautiful, character-building, fulfilling, loving adventure. Okay? And in order to be able to enjoy that kind of passionate life, you need to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. You need to be willing to set those big, hairy, audacious goals for yourself. You need to decide what it is that you want for your body and for your health and for your life. And you need to be freaking fearless about it. When you are fearless about your goals and then you achieve them, your confidence is going to soar like you have never seen it soar before. All right? So that's the name of the game here. When you are working with me, the name of the game is big, hairy, audacious goals, achieving them, being fearless, growing your confidence, losing the weight, keeping it off for good, creating healthy habits that last a lifetime. No more yo-yo dieting, no more starting things and then giving up on yourself. You're better than that, all right? This is your time. This is your year. So I want to encourage you to spend some time thinking through what your goals are. They are not New Year's resolutions. They are goals, and everybody should have them. Because without goals, we just drift through life, and life is too short for the drift. All right? With that, have a fabulous rest of the day. Go set some goals, and let's get you started achieving them. All right? I will be back in the very near future with video number 3 about your weight loss journey. So stay tuned. All right? I'll see you next time. See ya.